Hello and welcome back to the Forgotten Sanctum. So, we are about to head to the most dangerous of places. We're about to head to the library. So, let's head in and find out what's going on here. Now, this is the last place we saw our wizard friend, or heard our wizard friend went. The collections, where we went first, we actually didn't know that she went there. We just went there. There was a place she might have gone. It existed. But it looks like she has definitely been here. Robed figures unflinchingly clean thick gore from the stone floors. One of the kith looks up to you, if a person can be described as looking without eyes. Hello.
These are the archives, the accumulated lore of those who see without being seen.
Okay. You appear to be the exact opposite. You are seen without seeing.
Do not remove the books from the shelves.
Now you see that's going to be a problem with me. Curiosity is a big problem. The man's voice plods emotionlessly forward as if he is heavily sedated.
Lest you face reprisal.
Any other rules I should know?
Do not interfere with the work of the archives, and its librarians will not interfere with you. Furthermore, the Oracle has limited patron admittance to the lower levels only. Trespassers in the upper floors will face reprisals.
Like that person behind you, did they not follow the rules?
Not at all. These librarians were retired by an intruder wearing a mask.
Retired.
Rendered incapable of performing their duties. The intruder possessed both an advanced aptitude with wizardry and thorough understanding of the security apparatus of the archives. We believe the individual to be a misplaced specimen from the collections.
Okay. Was this masked intruder a tall woman, maybe named Maura?
I'm afraid not. A woman matching that description did ask access to the vault, however. We did not grant her request.
Okay.
Both intruders have entered the quarantined section to the east. We have not pursued, as that section is under quarantine.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, don't steal your books, don't go upstairs, anything else I should know?
For your safety, please avoid the eastern stacks. They have been contaminated.
Contaminated?
The contamination will be remedied within 5 to 15 years.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Please keep further conversation to a minimum.
The figure nods his eyeless head and turns away, returning to his work.
Real friendly sorts.
He rubs the back of his head and shrugs. Okay. So, we're not allowed to go upstairs, so I'm assuming this is that's the vault that we're not allowed in. I don't know where upstairs is, and we're not to go east.
What do you
so,
need thinking?
Let's not go east. I want to have a look at these bodies. So, anything on them? Oh, we'll have the money. I mean, they don't need it. Ooh, nice. I'd like this money as well. It's actually not really that much. So, librarians. Okay, so we're going to go west. See what's going on over here. What we got?
I don't think I can pull that off.
The stack of books exudes the smell of recently tanned leather and iron gall ink. Okay. So we're not allowed up these stairs right here. That's what I'm hearing from the don't go upstairs. Okay, we discovered the circulating library. I'm assuming that's where we're not allowed. But I could be wrong. Let's head east. We're not allowed there either, so let's head there. Well, he didn't say we weren't allowed east, he just said don't go there. It's very different.
Could be a...
Oh, right. Oh, they're coming for me, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. What are we going to do first? Let's use one of those. Eddie, you're going to get a charge in just to stop them all going after her. And you're going to switch to your multi-person defense. Okay. think we're just going to shoot the one at the front. They don't look that strong, so I'm going to act on the assumption that they're not that strong. Do I have a chain lightning? I do. Perfect. Go. Wait, is it? Oh, and Zoti? Probably a heal to start with.
That looks...
Okay, so we got a bunch of librarians who aren't very strong, but they all have spells.
complicated.
Okay. That's fine. I think we should be okay here. This is kind of what we excel at. Things that aren't that strong. Oh, except that they had the they have whatever the bounce back one is. Psychic backlash on this librarian. If you hit them with a spell, they will hit you back. Okay. We could definitely throw in some more of these, or we could chuck in something a little bit more deadly. What have we got that's more deadly on her? I've not really got anything that's gonna work out the way I want it to here. Maybe I'll just start attacking, yeah, just the one at the front. Let's get that damage going. Okay. Let's see consistent with damage here. Zoti, where are you? You're here and Edir's there. Okay. Might do a defense circle on her. Aloth, now I got you back. I think I'd like you to just remove those two enemies. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Remove them from existence. Oh, that didn't work. One of those. There we go. That should pretty much remove those two from existence. Even if there is some backlash.
There's a walloping!
Well, you removed one of them. Okay. Hit that one. Nice.
Why is your ignorant
That one's almost dead. Okay. Here, we're going to go for one of those.
winking at me?
Just to remove that one from existence. One at the back. I think we can hit one of those on it as well.
I'll teach you.
Nice, nice. So you two, actually all three of you are going to attack this one. We're just going to concentrate fire,
Don't see every day.
which does help quite a lot. I think you can heal up here probably with your... Where is... Oh, there we go. My mouse was right over it.
That dog won't hunt.
Right. Heal. Okay, it's a while. There we go. Now he's back to full health, and everybody can attack this one. Should be nice and easy. Got any more spells that might be useful? Maybe one of those might be good. And you don't really have anything. Here, we can shoot one of those at it, though.
I'll teach
Nice, got rid of the concentration. Hobbled, and that should be the end of them. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, these guys seem like they're going to be easier than the guys in the collection. The Vithrak caused us huge issues.
Yeah.
These ones, not seeing that happening. So we got log subject K1121's confiscated possessions. Items removed and catalogued upon entry. 1 book, grimoire. 1 spyglass, cracked. Assorted loose leaf tea. An addendum was penned by a shaking hand. Subject K1121's grimoire has behaved unpredictably, i.e. at all, since we took her downstairs. Over the last several hours, I observed the runes and inscriptions fading from the page. Oddly enough, the book seemed livelier when I carried it into the eastern alcove of the Oratory of Whale, but I have yet to identify the reason. Further observation recommended. Okay, interesting. And then... Oh, and there's the Annals of Lengh. The gods stripped us of who we are on every turn about the wheel, mercilessly shaving off all we've learned with their divine laths. Or divine laths. We retain the pale shadows of our souls, but knowledge, memory, self, all of it is cut away. Do the gods fear we might someday rival their strength if they do not? Well, interestingly, kinda, yeah. As you heft the tome, a wave of spiritual essence overwhelms you, the strength of its force so immense you can't help but be pulled under.
The gods strip us of who we are on every turn about the wheel, mercilessly shaving off all we've learned with their divine lathes.
Lathes. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it, game.
We retain the pale shadows of our souls, but knowledge, memory, self, all of it is cut away.
Uh-huh.
Do the gods fear we might someday rival their strength if they do not?
Okay. Intriguing. Now, we were told
Be
don't
right
take
there.
any of the books. However, I'm not very good at respecting authority. Mine. Right.
So much knowledge
Candied
consumed and
nuts.
grown over.
Pardon
We
me
may
as I
never
indulge
appreciate how
myself.
much was lost here.
Oh, hell. Hope nobody was planning on reading these.
Alright, what else have we got? Fungus fingers have left damp smears on spores between the pages of this book. Okay. More money. In here? We'll have that. Why not? We'll also have all of that. Then here are some stairs. We were told not to go upstairs, but we'll make an exception this time. Because we're also told that this side of the place was somewhere bad to go anyway. Yeah, we'll have that. Why not? I don't really use scrolls, but whatever. We'll have them. So that looks worrying right here. That looks very worrying. Looks like some sort of trap. Okay.
Right here.
Yeah? Well, don't see why not.
Hold. Ah, you see it was a trap. Oh, it's tentacles. Okay. So these are luminescent sporelings. So yeah, they're probably gonna be things that'll charm us, which I hate, but okay. Let's go for one of those to start. You start hitting the tendril. We're gonna use Tane's chaotic orb. Don't know what I want you to do. Just shoot a tendril for just now. And I might shoot in a chain lightning on it. They're very resistant to lightning, but not very resistant to ice, actually. So maybe one of those? Yeah. Okay. Or frost, or whatever it's called. Okay.
Wasted effort.
So now we have more defenses, which should hopefully help against any attempts to mind control. Ah, there's the librarian right at the back there. Okay. Yes, you can go in and hit them. I think that's fine. Yeah, if you go in and hit that one, why don't you do that? We're then going to go for another ice attack on a bunch of them here, because it seemed to go well the first time. Yeah, like that. Okay, next one. Tane's chaotic orb did a good job. Anything else we need from here? Did it have any beneficial effects? Not really, no. Okay. Because I was thinking we could do that. I might summon a substantial phantom. And we can keep shooting, probably. Let's go.
I need something stronger.
Nice. That seemed to do a good job of hurting them quite a lot. Okay. So we have a healing circle. We're getting a substantial phantom. We're shooting. Next bit, I think we're going to use... you know what? We'll probably use another empowered. Just right there. Just to blast the end of those ones.
What I was going for.
Okay.
And that's how it's done.
And that's the end of some of them there, which is nice. Ooh, that's the end of quite a few of them. Oh, he is getting blasted. Okay. There's probably some kind of blast back coming from them, I'd guess. Blind that one. And take a step back.
Sick.
Try this.
Oh no, we're good. We're good. Okay, everyone
Show
attack.
them how it's done.
Same target. Yep.
I cannot whack him any harder.
And then we can all attack
don't think I
that
can
one,
pull that
apart from
off.
Zoti, who's going to heal. There we go. Just to keep us all going. Infested Librarian. We'll do a little blind there. Knock down. That should be enough.
I'll teach you. I said.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. It's dead. Oh, we got polymorphed. Great. What was the we gave a Loth like a weapon that upgraded, didn't we? Was it a weapon or it was his outfit upgraded? I just want to see what is missed by enemies. Okay. Well, there's not a lot we can do to improve that too much, but okay. We got some sporling stuff, we got some more sporling stuff, and we got whatever this is. Ooh. This fleshy column of fungus pulses faintly with bioluminescence. It smells moist. The whisper of voices flits up from the depths. You sense essence flowing lethargically to and from it. Perhaps this serves as a hub for the spores infesting the archives. We'll leave it be. Very specifically leaving it be because I don't know what it is. Now, I wonder whether that was meant to interact with the thing on the table that we saw a while ago when we were in the collections. Now, we already messed up the thing in the collections, if that's the case. But we'll see. Tendrils of fungus reach for a hole in the ceiling. A rush of fresh air whistles through the opening. There's the quarantine section. I think I've already messed it up, so I'm going to strike it. Yeah. I think that's the only move I have available to me.
Yeah?
So let's do it. I strike it. Oh, that's worrying. It says choose a party member. I'm going to choose Edier, because if anything bad happens, he's the most able to survive it. You hack and poke at it, your weapon slamming uselessly into fungus, coming away clean. Us. Aloth? The fungus thickens before your eyes. It sounds a bit like a hissing bass drum. It coos quietly. Shivers below at or below, possibly in pleasure. Okay. So we're doing absolutely nothing to it. Interesting. So we need a little bit more. Well, we know that Maura went east, so I don't actually want to go directly into the quarantine section because, well, I don't want to have to deal with what, like, I want to have a look around and explore basically first. Now, I don't know if these are the stairs we weren't to go up, but let's try it. We appear to be allowed up the stairs.
Postinago, you'll get us all killed.
Oh, that distracted them. Why? Why would you push the book so... Oh, it's magic. Okay. Oh, I see. It's a puzzle.
I'll take. Leave it to me.
So I'm going to go over here.
Something you need?
And then we just very subtly go...
Those are priceless tomes!
Oh no! What a horrible mistake I've made by pushing those tomes over. How will I ever, you know, forgive myself? Oh, I know.
Give here.
History of Eora, Volume 1, The Collapse of Grand Valia.
Challenge. I got this.
Uh-huh. Well, that wasn't what we were looking for, is it? Although it is interesting. It was a quest item. Armchair academics will tell you the fall was unavoidable, that it was Grand Valia's rapturous appetite for expansion that finally ended them, or a regrettable inattentiveness to the necessity of maintaining critical infrastructure, or the Ouroboros of betrayal, revenge, and the re-revenge that characterized their idle, wealthy's leisure time, but they're wrong. I was getting distracted there because I remembered that when the game was first announced, they announced it with an Ouroboros. I think that's the snake that eats itself or whatever. I could be wrong. But anyway. No, it was Dulcata, the tabby, that ended it all. Dulcasa, a dead mouse dropped into a stew, and one very ill duke who, when told of the first in what would become a spat of vendetta-fueled murders among the families that controlled the Grand Valian economy, shouted at his valet to close the door and not disturb his rest again. He promptly died, and, as his valet studiously ignored the stench coming from his master's study, Grand Valia unravelled at the seams. Interesting. Well. No, I want to be invisible to start, basically, here.
Ah, hey, I got it.
Oh, maybe we can't be seen knocking over the books. Maybe they get mad if you do that.
You'd think they'd learn eventually.
Ah, well, there's the clue that I'm doing the right thing.
I got this. I got this.
Okay, so we got a note on a missing subject. Subject P0706 broke free of its cell and makes slow progress towards other parts of the facility. We cannot cross from one end of our library to the other without spores dusting our robes from some unseen limb of the colony. I've reported the matter, but our chief librarian is characteristically unconcerned. Should that thing cross into the restricted stacks, I hope she remembers who warned her. An addendum is scribbled below. Boris has gone missing, likely infested, digested, or worse. What began as an irritation has escalated into a tragedy. I haven't the heart to tell the archive staff to call off the search. Once the dust settles, I will take it upon myself to find them a new library mascot. Interesting. And then we have the Downtrodden Stink Pigeons Volume 1. If anything about imps could be called subtle, it's that they are quietly the most complicated non-kith creatures of Eora. They speak our tongues, follow complex instructions, and have enough awareness to possess a sense of self and free will that defies the intellect of their primordial peers. Partnered with their latent ability to grow in proportion to the magical energies their bodies absorb, one would not be mistaken for concluding that imps are the rightful masters of their environment. So why aren't they? Much of our lore presumes that the imps are a byproduct, little more than a foul-mouthed pigeons formed of arcane runoff. Some of us believe this to be anything but the case. Ledgers recovered from early Wodekin temples give more credit to these unloved creatures, referring to them in footnotes as the Firsts or the Fallen. Some have gone on to speculate that imps are the gods' discarded attempt to create life. This account will spearhead my academic crusade to prove the value of imps, who deserve a fair shake from we who have spent our careers underestimating their worth. Let's see why that book was put there to be forgotten. Yes, I require this book. Structural Integrity Report. This missive was addressed to the Office of the Admiralty in Rawatai. Apparently, it never made the journey. Great Hazanui, your flagship, the Tenants of Iron, has not weathered the journey from the motherland as we had hoped. The sea was fierce, and an aggressive parasite infests the hull. When I sailed for the Deadfire, you told me that the Tenants must always lead the way, for we carry the motherland's heart. I tell you now that the ship is not battle-ready. Even a meagre display of strength could send her into Andra's bosom. You instructed me not to take on a shipwright, for the pride of our armada cannot be seen to founder, nor to enlist the help from the Huana, lest they grow too familiar with our armaments. Yet it is a matter of time before your flagship vanishes beneath the waves. What are your orders? A spray of salt water smudged out the signature. Intriguing. Okay. Well, come along, everybody.
Sure.
That's fine. There's another book in here. Another set of books in here. Now, I want what's in that corner, obviously.
Oh, dang!
I just want to see who moves. Well, we obviously want to be over here.
I got this.
As stealthy as can be.
Does it?
We're not stealthed yet. You're only stealthed when that goes back to being yellow. But luckily, people don't seem to mind if you are pretending to be stealth.
Uh-huh. Touch nothing.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that, guys. Oh, I'm so clumsy, aren't I? Oh, no. Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've got it. I'm sure you can fix it. Actually, maybe it's only when the eye is there.
Uh-huh.
Careful, please.
Maybe I can be slightly better at this. These guys are going to move. I think it's when you're in red you're still visible, though. I'm fairly certain it's when you're in red you're still visible.
I'm watching.
I got it. The History of Eora, Volume 2, The Tribe of the People of the Deer. The first magic among the people was fire. There's always fire. In every community, among every species, is always fire. Fire is a balm against the dark, a light to tell stories by. It chases away the cold, lights the path, summons shadows. It was conjured by an old woman who whispered a word at a dying coal and saw it spring to life. She carried that burning coal until her death. When she taught the word to her daughter, who taught the word to her son, the people carried that small flame from their home to the frigid north, to the sultry southern jungles. Never once did it go out. Okay. Well.
Hey there.
I wonder why that's a quest item. Essentially. That's alright. We got a couple books in here. I'm assuming that guy's gonna move.
Hey there.
Okay, so this one's easy. We could almost even get that one without doing anything.
They'll never know I'm here.
Just try to find where this spot is. So if I'm here and I go, oh no.
Hey, I think I read that one back at Cadnua.
Okay. This guy moves.
Sure.
We get spotted immediately. Okay, so I need to be in this corner maybe. Maybe I need to be invisible going in. Maybe that's the trick for this one. Or hidden going in. I know our stealth isn't the best, but maybe that's it.
Hey, Aloth, look somewhere else.
We're about to get caught by this guy.
Leave it to me. Consider it.
Okay. Smudge journal page. Admeth set the forest aflame, they say. Admeth snatched the sharpest fang out the enemy's jaw, they sing. I know nothing beyond the walls of my cell, but I still have my memories. I don't recall a single crisp tree on that battlefield. I don't recall being taken. I don't recall waving the flag of parley and having answered with a battle cry. Anything they burned later. History isn't written by the victors or kith who were there. It's written by scribes, and for some reason Admeth isn't of a mind to contradict their lies. Maybe it's because of where he is and where I am. There's history, and there's history. Takes a keen eye to tell the difference. Regged. I'm sure we met these people in the main game, but I don't quite remember why they were relevant. Because I think I remember something like Admiral Admeth. I don't know. I don't remember much more. Maintenance log. Flesh construct controller. Oh. Well, that would have allowed us to deal with the flesh construct then. Someone has meticulously logged dates and details pertaining to the operations of the flesh construct monitor device. Some of the latest entries stand out. Found a finger blocking the cogs. Asked around. No librarians reported a missing digit. Initiated a startup sequence and a bunch of teeth fell out. Operation normal? A new lever grew from the panel today. Not sure what it controls yet, if anything. Warm. At this point, the controller has taken on a life of its own. All I can do is interpret its desire. Device refused to initiate normal procedure until I tickled its favourite gland deep and on the left-hand side by a patch of bone. After it shuddered for some moments, I had its undivided attention. This is disgusting work and I love it. Okay. Done. So that was a way to deal with that without having to have mechanics. Okay. That's fine. Ooh. Restricted section. Well, that's the area we're not allowed in, obviously.
Easy does it.
Okay, I want to be here, I think.
Hey.
And I just want to go... excuse me? I was hiding here? Right, there we go. We're good.
You pretending you're Aethys now?
Knocking everything. Oh, we got spotted.
Sure.
Okay. We might have time. 3, 2, 1.
I got
Just
it.
enough time. Okay. History of Eora, Volume 4, Founding of Raed Ceres. But the Delegman and Adragan couldn't come to accords. They launched a quiet civil war, and the colonist farms became the front. The Adragan blighted the Idarians' vorless crops with a might native to the deep forest. The colonists, believing themselves under attack by the notoriously territorial Delegman, retaliated by clear-cutting the forest surrounding their villages. Not to be outdone, the Delegman drained the subterranean aquifers in the Valian settlements. I see.
I got this.
So
Hey
things just escalated one thing after another. So that's the restricted section right there. So down here must be where that last History of Eora book is. Maybe.
And what do we have here?
Ooh, a trap. I'm kind of intrigued by that, actually. So I can probably sneak in this corner. Yep. So that's why the corner exists.
It's like traveling with a child.
Right, so this thing's going to move out of the way, and then I can go, hey,
A real challenge.
disable that, then grab whatever's in here. An infested almanac of crop rotation. The cover of this almanac is thickly padded with a fuzzy, multicolored fungus that has spread to the spine and the rest of the pages. Only one page has survived total infestation. Mold has contaminated the ink itself and warped certain words into bulging, irregular configurations. The fertility of the land is a quintessential concern in the success of, hello, a healthy farm is a diverse one, and we cannot rely on favorable, where am are we alone, to dictate our fortunes. Just as Kith have yoked the seasons to do our bidding, we have to do our part. Am I part? Am I a part? Who am I? That we replace what we take from life of the lands, the precious abundance we so recklessly leech from the why does knowing hurt? Henceforth, it will be our responsibility to, not I, we, and share our progress for the song growth love of the colony. This way, the purity of the book will be measured and controlled, no longer a variable outside our... From that point on, the text is being consumed, reduced to little more than a loam of thriving fungus colony. Interesting. Okay, sneak. You can do this. You can get another one. Be greedy. History of Aora Part 3, the first Hollowborn. Ooh! What's really interesting about the Hollowborn is that was the main plot of the first game, so really cool. Anyway, his parents named him Gramwin, and he slept soundly through the night, every night, from the day of his birth and for every day after. He didn't scream or cry when he stared blank-eyed as the world turned around him. Gramwin had no siblings, nor would he ever. When one neighbour's child was born similarly silent, and then another, Gramwin's parents were named Cursebringers, and they were burned in the town square, and Gramwin was left alone on a hillside just as the season's first snow began to fall. Of course, that didn't stop the hollowing. For 15 years, nothing would. Okay. And then back here we have the last book.
Consider it.
Anatomical dissection notes. Curious specimen, larger than the last one. The bones assume a different configuration whenever I look away, so an accurate accounting of its inner workings will prove no small challenge. The organs are knit together in a flexible mesh which maintains its spongy state despite decomposition. The jaws can stretch open wider than they should allow, and I cannot account for how this is possible. My eyes don't deceive me. The teeth elongate in proportion to how far apart the jaws are stretched even in death. I recommend this last of this species to be interred in the collections. Better have it catalogued and disposed of than out and about. Ah, and that's what we fought at the end of the collections. I see. Cool.
Hey there, I got this.
So I'm assuming that the histories of the Aura books allow us to get into the restricted section somehow. That's my only theory for why they exist.
They'll never know I'm
So
here.
first of all, this
Give me
one.
a real challenge.
A stone lectern stands before you. Its surface reads, while scions of the forest and Adra fought, the dreams of the invaders died. Looks as though a book could be placed here. Let's examine it. The rain and ozone scent of arcane energy wafts from the lectern. There appears to be a spell imprinted on the stone. Okay, please tell me that again.
Watch and learn.
When scions of forest and Adra fought, the dreams of the invaders died. So that was this one? No, that's the fire. First Hollowborn, no. Founding of Raid Ceres, maybe? Collapse of Grand Valia, no. Was it this one? Okay. Yes. It was the history of Raid. It was the founding of Raid Ceres.
I got this. I got this.
Maybe? Dreams of the invaders died. Maybe? Yeah. I think so. Okay.
Give me a real
This
challenge.
Oh, this one's easy. A stone lectern stands before you at surface reads. They carried potential born of a word and shared like a secret. The Hollowborn, right? No. The tribe of the people of the deer. Born like a word, carried like a secret. Carried was the word I was looking for
Right
there.
here.
Yeah, because I think it was talking about how the fire got carried through everything. If I'm wrong, I assume it's going to trigger an alarm. Okay, I'm going to wait for this guy to leave as well, just in case he gets mad. Maybe that's why he comes over here. I mean, they don't seem to get that mad. And if we have the password, is it really restricted? Yeah, please leave now. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Watch and learn.
A device inscribed with arcane runes glows dimly before you. The runes request an answer to their questions. Activate the runes. Arcane energy hums in harmony. The wall before you begins to shimmer with light. Puzzle solved. Wasn't that hard, really, when you think about it.
Happy to oblige.
Going straight in the restricted section. It's upstairs, it's where we're not allowed to go, and it's where I'm going. So, let's start with that and see what happens. Okay. Well, there's definitely people around here.
I hear you.
There's a door we can open immediately in front of us. The text on these pages appears to be reproduced by some manner of stamp. Okay. Well, I've already read these books, but they're mine now. Against aesthetics or an examination of motivations of storytellers, poets, or other con artists. History of Eora 5, the Great Orlan Empire. Nice! Engwith could not abide a competitor, and certainly not a rival. They found both the Orlan Empire of the Northern Valley. They found both in the Orlan Empire of the Northern Valleys. More insulting than the Empire's mere existence at the edge of Engwith's territory was the Orlan schema of social organization, which tended towards communal, non-hierarchical, and animist. This was at odds with the Egwithans' veneration of the individual, the import they ascribed to social position, and their unyielding devotion to codified religious dogma. Okay. Cool. An excerpt from a hulking tome several inches thick, penned by one Rengifar Carnet, who warns his readers against the negative consequences of consuming fiction. If there exist lands beyond the churning tempest of Ondra's mortars, none have lived to tell of them. Yet rumours persist in the sailors' tales and merchants' fables of a storm-lashed continent where dust and sand drift high as mountains and crawl across the land like a searing river. Horses are said to run wild there, ridden by a fire-haired people who stand 10, sometimes 20 feet high, whose voices boom as loudly as calving glaciers across the great sand sea. The stories say that they do not fight amongst themselves, but raise their voices only in greeting. So mollified are they by the careful attention of the gods, who dote upon them above all others. What are we to make of such stories? They are nonsense, of course, tall tales spun to delight the simple minds of children and sailors alike. Indeed, tales such as this one and others of its ilk tell us more about ourselves than they do of the mythical people on a mythical land halfway across the world. We dream of sand because we are awash in water, hemmed in on every side. We long for peaceful giants because we feel ourselves small and so little more than discord. We long for peaceful giants because we feel ourselves small and so little more than discord between us. We say wistfully that they are beloved of the gods because we do not feel the loving touch of the gods upon our own heads, so we must then seek comfort in the knowledge that it is only because they love another of their children more that they ignore us. Interesting. Okay. What have we got down here? I'm assuming that statue's coming to life.
Trouble ahead.
The librarians are hostile here. Interesting. Well, you would expect that looking at the area. So, can I just go through this door? I can. Intriguing. Am I allowed to just walk in here? Okay, cool. What have we got? Dunred Row and a true and accurate account of Ten's final stand. The inside cover of this text has the gilded stamp of authenticity from an organization claiming to record accurate historical records. When his forces rounded the bend, the defenders planted their feet in the stones of the Evan Weir and braced themselves for his coming. His countrymen salivated with the anticipation of battle, but he only looked upon the shattered defences with collected calm. They really expected 10 of you to stand against the dawn, he intoned, lighting his pipe and pocketing the tinder. Reckon you're gonna have a hard time standing in our way. Plan is to march right on over to you folk and stick anyone between with a pike. Nothing personal about it, so here we go. Such were the last words of Saint Edir before the god hammer bomb cauterized him from the world. Oh, interesting. But, wait a second. It wasn't Edir. Right? No, because these books aren't correct. I just realized that these books are wrong. Okay, maybe there's something to this. Because it was Saint Widewin at the bridge. And it wasn't the 10. It was, I think, 8? Maybe I'm wrong about the numbers, but it certainly wasn't Saint Edir, because Edir is in our party. Interesting. Okay. Dunrid Row. There's a lot in here. The origins and practices of Dunrid Row are difficult to nail down. When asked, everyone seems to know how Dunrid Row started and how long it's been in operation, yet every person asked gives a different account of its creation and a different date. The only thing everyone can agree on is that it seems to have been around as long as anyone can remember. Without fail, everyone recalls hearing about the exploits of Dunrid Row when they were children. Aside from the organisation being compromised of special investigators, most of whom seem to be ciphers, and the fact that they seem to have their hands in everything yet never admit to it, anything reported about Dunrid Row walks the line between truth and outright hearsay. Information abounds, but no one can state which fragments are truth and which are fiction. That's interesting given what I was just saying. I'll provide all I have uncovered and leave it to the reader to decide for themselves, as all of it feels both plausible and unbelievable at turns. The group, supposedly named after the street where its headquarters are located in a building called Hadrid House, it is said that in some circles this is just the name they want people to think they're known by. The real headquarters, people whisper, is elsewhere. Why would they do this? Well, it's simple. It's far easier for them to infiltrate, hide and carry on behind the scenes if everyone is concentrated on Dunrid Row. Divert attention where you want people to look and you can act behind their backs with impunity. People who have had interactions with agents from Dunrid Row invariably describe them as unmemorable. No detail to their appearance, behaviour or anything beyond the fact that they were there seems to stick with anyone. Are they truly nondescript, or do their ciphers use their powers to remain anonymous? As with so many questions regarding Dunrid Row, no one seems to know. While no specific details about the agents are ever reported, one fact that all people agree with is that they seem primarily to be Orlans and Lanfathan elves, though theories as to why this may be are many and confusing. Their presumed headquarters is supposedly run by Lady Edis Webb, though no one seems to be able to pinpoint the time of her arrival. The author was unable to locate a single person familiar with Dunrid Row who could remember a time when she wasn't around. Many things are hinted at behind closed doors about Lady Webb, but few are willing to elaborate, for it is rumoured that, although she has not left Hadrid House since anyone can remember, she is a cipher of tremendous power, and that she can read the thoughts of the entire city at will. Theories abound regarding her age, her reasons for what would seem to be a lifetime of seclusion, and even of her secret control over Defiant Bay, if not the Deerwood itself. But, as with all other matters regarding the organisation, no one seems to be able to say anything for sure. Okay, I didn't see a problem with that book, but it is interesting to note that the books may not be right, unless there's a second Godhammer bomb yet to happen and these are the future. The History of Eora, Volume 7, The Three-Body Agreement. The representatives of the two great empires met in the seat of the Third and Ingwith. Yeuza and Ukaizo agreed upon an exchange. For land and power, Ukaizo would give Ingwith a home for the research for able soldiers. Yezua would allow the Ingwith to spread their faith, so it was Ukaizo conquered the Deadfire, the Yezuans conquered the Yesh, and the Ingwith made willing conspirators of them all. I don't think the History of Eora is correct either, unless I missed something, because it has the Hollowborn starting at number 3, and this is at number 7, and this is way before the Hollowborn. Because I think the Hollowborn were... the Hollowborn was the first game, but this was way before the first game, at least from my understanding. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my sense of time is completely broken in here, and actually everything's happened in a much smaller period of time. I don't know. Anyway. On celestial spectres, visitors from farther than beyond. This logbook contains interview notes and statements surrounding unusual celestial activity. One page has been dog-eared and a passage enthusiastically underlined. Subject followed the descent of a falling star. In their testimony, they asserted that angry spirits patrolled the impact crater. Subject narrowly escaped and later complained of dizziness, loss of memory, and headaches. A resident animancer confirmed our suspicion that a subject had lost a significant sum of essence in a ragged pattern, almost as if it had been chewed away. Recommend permanent internment in one of the Kith habitats. A few words scribbled in the margins read, territorial, hungry, sacrificed by self or proxy. The lower half of the page shows an artist's rendering of a fallen star. Interesting. Light of Dawn, a Red Serum morality play. I've read that one. That one's been around a lot. So some of these books are common. Because I think I read the Dunred Row one in the first game as well. I've definitely read the play one multiple times.
I was chewing through Cadnua's foundation long before Eothas finished the job.
So yeah, there's definitely a mixture of things around here. Also looks like this is a fight.
Wait. Look there.
Okay, are all of these active? They are. Okay, so that unlocks the next area. We need 4 histories of Eora at the very least. How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4. Okay. And that'll open that door right there. To wherever that leads. Okay. I still want to explore the rest of it. I'm intrigued that there's only one librarian as well. Judging by how easily we defeated the other librarians, you know? Okay. Let's have a look down this way. See what else is going on. Maybe the librarians that aren't spored up are tougher? I don't know. Anyway. Just want to see... Oh, there are multiple librarians here. Cool. And... charge. Go. Okay, worrying. But it's good that I charged in with him. Unstealth, go get him. Right, we... just gonna shoot a blind at that guy. You're gonna start summoning your Phantom. And you... gonna shoot a Tain's Celtic Orb at him.
This. Show him how it.
Oh, the enchanted armor has come alive. You see? Okay, that's useful to know. Switch to our sword. Immediately, I'm after a blind on that guy. Go. Okay. Here, let's get increased attack speed. Okay. You're looking fine. That's still fine, that's still fine.
How do you like that?
Ooh, being stunned. Not good. Okay. Couple bounces there, which are okay. Let's get a heal going. We were stunned, which isn't great. Interesting. A Loth? Wait, what happened to the enchant... Oh, the enchanted armors went over here. Okay. Well, I'm thinking that the first thing I want to do is a arcane cleanse over this way to clear some of these inspired strikes and things. Okay. And then I powered up one of those right about there. Actually, just here for just now. Out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. Okay. There. Good. In. That's okay. I don't know why it charged in here, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. No, actually, yeah, this is fine. Yep, so we have a lot hitting these guys right now. Phantom's still going. I can't do anything with the Phantom, can I? No, and I'm stealing all their positive effects and giving them to her, if possible. Okay. No, 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 get out of there. Okay, that was really good. Almost really bad, but really good. Okay. A blind just to get some damage over time. Here, I'm thinking one of those shields. So maybe that shield? Aloth is currently blasting these ones with everything. Heal. Heal. Okay. Double healing going on. A Loth, we got any... What am I telling you to do? Don't know, maybe a Tain's Chaotic Orb on these back two actually might be okay. Right, we're being attacked by the enchanted armor. We're gonna go for a blind on it. Okay.
How do you like? I'll just have to try
Nice.
something
That
else.
bounce is really good. Don't know what we're in terms of a negative here, but that's fine. Heal. You're still trying to heal.
How it's done.
Darkness.
We got rid of that thing. Right, next thing we're gonna do is a little teleport onto that librarian. Hasina, you can cocoon someone. Maybe. Maybe it could work. Or just a tentacle here. And then a Loth. Heal. We have a heal, so might as well use it.
Wanes.
Right. Just trying to save these two down here. He's trying to use his heal. She's paralyzed as well, unfortunately. Okay. That's the Phantom shooting out one of those. Nice. Another heal worked out pretty well. These guys are coming for us now. Run.
To my limit.
Okay. That's not great. Is there anything I can do with him here to save him? Yes. Yes, there is. That might save him. If I can not get a knockdown with that. I don't have another jump that will do the same thing. I could use sap, though. Okay. Zoti's still going. He's trying to heal. He's trying to heal. Do you have anything else we want to cast here that might work? I guess I want to cast this just as a preparation.
That sounds good.
Didn't work. Okay.
Try this.
Right, I don't know what the librarian's doing over there. She's doing some kind of buff. Okay. We want to cast this to heal. Next thing that we want to do back here... Do we have anything else that's going to be useful? Arcane Reflection, maybe? Okay. Zoti's still going. He's just healed. Perfect. I think we want to just kill the librarian.
Not my best.
Didn't work. Okay.
Bullseye.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. We have 1 point. I'm going to jump over here. The interception's nice, although not what I was expecting. Okay. Still trying to kill that librarian. That's fine. Have anything else we can cast here? Maybe a Tain's Orb? Maybe a powered up Tain's Orb? Yeah, something like that. Go.
I'll be fine.
Right, so now we've done that, we can use our garrote, which will silence it. Okay. You have anything that's a silence or anything like that? No, but you could summon a guy.
Really?
Okay, that's fine. Very powerful weapon, but it's okay. Okay, we got paralyzed, which was quite nice. This one's still alive. Okay. Okay, we got anything? Death Ring? Probably not what I'm looking for. Especially as that'll affect friendlies as well. It actually says enemies. It specifically says enemies, doesn't it? Yeah, Death Ring. Okay, let's try it. The garrote didn't work, but we are doing a lot of damage. Probably might well heal here. Just in case. Alright, this thing's around. Good. We can run it over here and get a heal.
I'll teach you.
That's okay. We're still going. Right. This librarian's almost down. I think we might switch into our other stance right now. Get a little bit extra damage. Okay.
That's gonna.
The death fog kind of works.
This car.
Okay. Good. Anything else that we want to cast? No? Okay. We can't cast anything. Oh, right. This one then. Kill it.
Ever wonder what happened
We're still
to
doing
your
alright.
old pets,
That one's
Watcher?
dead. Okay. Everyone comes in here, fights this librarian. We have no way of jumping out. Maybe I'll just use this.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, knock it over.
Really.
Perfect.
Bullseye.
That's what I was looking for. We lost one, but overall, not a bad fight.
There's something I can do.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah.
Grab the loot. Grimoire of Disruption. Interesting. Well, we already have all of that pretty much on our person who might need a grimoire. Oh, Elementalist? Ah, almost entirely evocation. Oh well.
Happy to oblige.
There we go. None of that needed.
Sure thing.
This one? Nope. Anything? Ooh, another one. Okay.
What can I do you for?
Get
Happy to
everyone
oblige.
together. Quick save, and let's do a little rest.
Eothas will take what remains of your soul.
Now we can just walk around and take things. So what have we got? Notes on a vanished Orlan. A petite, one-eared fellow knocked at our door. I'd heard of him before. He seeks answers from the obscured, pestering temples of the faith wherever he goes. I was about to dismiss him, but then he shifted into the autumn Stilgar before my eyes. I beckoned him inside at once and sat him down after he had resumed his form, and then retrieved the box. My mother gave me the box, just as she had received it from her mother. Every daughter of her line is instructed to keep the box firmly shut until Galawain's messenger finds us. I explained this to the little man. We both thought it interesting that he, smaller than his average kin, stood exactly as tall as the box when it set upon its end. We unlatched the lid together and it opened on a small staircase leading down into lightless, impossible depths. Without hesitation, the Orlan planted a kiss on my cheek, shouldered his pack, and closing the way behind him. When I opened it again, I found only the bottom of an empty box. I hope he finds the answers he seeks. Barring that, may his search be a worthy one. Interesting. Okay. This one? We have the Baratheon Scripture, which I've definitely read before. And the History of the Aura, Volume 8, The Construction of Divine Titans. At the heart of all creatures lies two things, a soul and a seed. A soul needs a seed to grow the body to house it. The stronger the soul, the more powerful the body. Even a god needs a physical form to act in the material world. We can't create souls, but we can control them. We can smash them together, tear them apart, sew them all back together again. But we can't grow a body large enough to house the harvest of a god's soul unless we can create the proper seed. But then how do you teach an object of its purpose? Okay, that's talking some main plot stuff at us. History of Eora, Volume 10, The Man Who Would Be Skane. Cretius quickly installed himself as Noah's most favoured advisor and set about tearing the Egwithan establishment apart from within. His lies turned the powerful against one another, and his forgeries undermined trade negotiations a decade in the making. There was money to be made in exploiting the Discord, but he didn't line his own pockets with it. He surreptitiously handed it out among the populace. When his quiet rebellion was eventually uncovered, he was tortured near to death and presented with a choice: put his skill to work for the people he's striven to destroy, or die at the hands of the Church's inquisitors. And Kratos kept his life, at least for a time. Oh, okay, interesting. That's a god that we don't know very much about, because I've generally killed all of his followers, so it's good to know a little bit more about him.
Happy to oblige.
Okay, this one. Those lost in the flood, History of Aura. So I'm sure, okay, that's a lot of people lost in the flood. I never expected to see a massacre such as this in my lifetime. I was in my study trying to pick up important documents for the evacuation, never dreaming that the Aedirans would act so drastically. It was my wife, Ne Ilok, who first heard the cracking of the levees. We climbed to the roof, and when the water reached the top of the stairs, my 3 children, Nath, Lebelsa, and Cure, we held. The water reached our chests, and the only thing that kept us from getting swept away before it subsided was holding onto the chimney which we had just repaired. Other families were not so lucky. When the waters had finally subsided, the roads were littered with debris, mud, and rotting fish. Half the district had been swallowed by the sea. Bodies floated in the tide along with what was left of the homes. We burdened the citizens we found. The poor souls have nobody else to remember them by, so I'll document them here. I'm not sure if they had loved ones that survived the flood, but it's better their names be written down than washed away with so much else in this horrific flood. And here we go, a whole list of names that are probably all references to something, but I don't recognize any of them immediately. But there we go. Cool. And then the History of Eora, Volume 6, The History of the Wilders. Engwith was not the only empire. It was not even the first, it was just the most ruthless in its domination of the world. Eora has known other histories since the first gods crafted it. Histories wrought not in Adra and copper wire, but in epic poetry of scent and songs sung beyond the kith hearing. Open your ears to the whispers of the free places, and you will know the tale of the Ogre Queen, the Vithrak assemblage. Still your tongue, and you will taste the cook fires of a Zurup city that hides from the eye but extends to the horizon. Look, and you will see. Okay.
I hear you.
We got a little bit more in that history, and then... Recipe, Invigorating Nightmares. Ah, another recipe for our imp friend. The initiates have been at it again, mixing dangerous stimulants to stay alert during the long shifts. This time I found them milking the essence of night terrors from our collection guests, so I had to tarry and watch the results for myself. The concoction backfired rather spectacularly and gave them all a good night's rest. They woke reasonably efficient, although much disturbed. The recipe is drawn out with simple illustrations, even an imp could read it. Good. Animancy in the Modern Age, I'm sure I've read. And a Matter of Ethical Complexity, again, I think I've read. Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize this was going to be a fight. Alright then, go.
Show them how it's done.
Charge. Okay. Zoti, head here. Basina, start casting. Yeah, actually start casting the familiar. What are we gonna do? We're just gonna blind this guy. Actually, we're gonna blind the enchanted golem. Or armor. Then a Loth is gonna wait about half a second before going anywhere. Right, that's fine. Blind that one. Zoti, head in. I want you to cast your defense. I still have a... Alright, that's why I ran in kind of weirdly. That's fine. Blind the armor. A Loth. Now it's time for you to think about what you're doing. I think one of those is a good idea. So now we've done that. What else are we going to cast in here? Got any beneficial effects on them yet? A few of them do. They have this deep learning buff at the back.
Gotta have something here that works.
I need to just move them a small inch there. Right. So I can get her to cast this beneficial effects killer.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Okay, who are we shooting? We were shooting his armor and we blinded it temporarily. Okay. Blind this one. That's a Tain's Chaotic Orb. Okay.
Hold them back.
We got the interrupt, which was good. Nice.
There's a
Whole bunch of them got blasted. Well, let's see. Right, so those are heading in there. You can head up. Right, what? Who else are we attacking here? Well, I think we can chuck it a Tain's Chaotic Orb, just as a bit of revenge, followed by an ice move like this. I thought there was a spot where that would hit more. Something like that, I think. I can only do it in certain spots. Let's try this one. Okay.
Didn't work.
Nice. The hobbled and weakens are good. That was really good, the bouncing between them. Need a heal. Desperately. Switch to sword. We're just going to go for a jump and a paralyze. Okay. Get out of the circle. He's dead. Okay. Yeah, get out of the circle. And attains chaotic orb, maybe? Oh, there's not that many. Oh, there's over here might work. Yeah.
Darkness flows.
Nice. The paralyze really good.
Fast for me.
Okay. This is fine.
That's how it's done.
That one's dead. Next one. We can probably just use this to kill it. What's the bonus we get from that one? Raw damage over time? Sure, works for me. And a knockdown here.
How do you like that?
Nice. That's a dead one and another dead one. Perfect. Good. We could rest here, I suppose. That's fine. Yeah, we'll grab all that stuff. Grab that stuff. Boxes. Boxes. What's this? The wooded metal contraption bears superficial resemblance to a guillotine, but appears to be for killing the written word. The shallow wooden box is filled with cast Ediran letters, but they're backwards and coated in dried ink. Okay. What have we got here? Admeth Harrot, Part 1. Ah, there's Admeth. That's the name we heard earlier. Okay, so yes. And that's why I remember him. It's because I read these books in the first game. Alright. History of Aora, Part 9, Birth of Engwith. In the time before Kith invented time or mathematics or architecture, an insular tribe of goat herds dwelt at the bottom of a steep mountain valley. They made their homes in caves on sheer cliff sides, and when the sun set, they watched the stars wheel through the void of night. In their watching, they developed a theory of nature of things, so began a quest to make it true. Okay. We got over here, we've got the Warden Contract. This aged, brittle contract details an agreement between an assemblage of Vithrak explorers and agents of Whale made upon the Vithrak's arrival in the Halls Obscured. In exchange for fresh, ample sustenance and a dry place to establish their nest, Vithrak agreed to serve as wardens of the collections in perpetuity. Ah, well, there you go. That's the contract we could have used to solve a puzzle, but we didn't have it. So, there we go. A very good farmer. Yes, I think we've read all of these. I think there were probably a few of those we read elsewhere. The Saint Adir one still messes with me, because I'm like, well, that wasn't right. So maybe there were books that were just wrong. Or maybe I missed a part and Saint Adir is correct. I don't know. It seems like things aren't quite right, but maybe I'm making the story what I want it to be, not what it is. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching, and next time we're going further into the restricted section. See you then. Goodbye.